Hello, I'm Edward Salt. Welcome to South Today. We have a special programme for you tonight as we mark World Cancer Day. We'll hear from Charlotte, one of the 2 women a day diagnosed with cancer whilst they're pregnant.
There were some very, very dark, bleak moments for all of us along the way where we didn't think we were going to come out the other end of it. I would like other people to see this as a story of hope.
And we meet Heidi, who, despite being diagnosed with incurable cancer, believes she's had a better life thanks to research into the disease.
I'm certain that without drug trials and Cancer Research UK funding, scientists is the reason why I'm here today.
We'll be finding out how scientists here in the South are helping find new treatments. Well, today is also a chance to reflect on how far we've come with cancer treatment. Many people who receive a diagnosis go on to live long and healthy lives. Mum of 2, Heidi Raymond from Southampton, believes it's that research which has helped her live the life she has. Heidi faced and beat cancer in her 20s, 30s and 40s, but her most recent diagnosis is incurable. Despite that, Heidi is determined to make the most of her life and wanted us to highlight how research and new treatments are helping her stay positive.
In 2008, we had a 7-year-old and a 9-year-old, and life was wonderful, holidays, and then overnight we found a lump, and literally within that 2-week period, life changed completely and utterly. Threw us into this world of cancer that we'd just not expected to be in, and I don't think anybody does expect to be in it until they are. So it's always a shock. I didn't really know that many people that had actually survived cancer at that point, so I almost felt immediately, well, this is my sort of sentence. My cup is definitely half full, so I found lots of different ways and opportunities to try and turn it around. I wanted to show the children that I was coping and that tough things happen in life, but actually it's what we do with them that can make a difference. I had a couple more diagnoses sort of within those years, and more operations and more treatments, more drug changes. But then in 2016, we found another series of lumps in a similar place in my chest wall. I'd actually just finished the London Marathon and was particularly slower than I'd kind of thought I was even before, but done it, very proud of it. But went for a scan and it showed that there was indeed some new lumps behind my right clavicle, and in my lungs and in my chest wall. And it floored us, totally floored us. Didn't know how we were ever going to get past this. So to be told that a cancer is treatable but not curable was absolutely devastating. All the plans that we'd set for our future were just almost gone overnight. So it was a time to really dig deep. I'm just so grateful that I've been able to be there to see them grow up. And I'm certain that without drug trials and Cancer Research UK funding scientists to look into different options is the reason why I'm here today. You do things at a level that you can do, and you just need to know that there's people that are living with an incurable disease and that it can be quite fun.
And thank you to Charlotte, Heidi and their families for sharing their very personal stories with us. Well, earlier I spoke to Professor Gareth Griffiths from the University of Southampton, and I began by asking him what significant changes he's seen.
So over the last 40 years, we've seen a doubling of survival in breast cancer patients. We've seen clear evidence that radiotherapy works, which now is used for hundreds of thousands of patients. We found clear association between tobacco use and cancer, and a whole host of new treatments coming out and ways to diagnose cancer a lot earlier so that we can increase the cure rates.
We've all been through a torrid time over the past couple of years with the pandemic. How concerned are you about any potential backlog in cancer diagnosis and treatment?
We do know the general population, when there's a pandemic and we didn't want to leave our houses or in lockdown, were probably unlikely to go and see their GP. So we could see the impact of that over the next couple of years. Anyone that feels they have potential symptoms should go and see their GP, because as soon as we pick up that cancer, we're more likely to cure.
Where do you think we'll be in 20 years' time, and what developments in treatment do you think are coming up?
So we know at the moment that 1 in 2 people are affected by cancer. And it's the mission of Cancer Research UK and the research community, such as us at the Trials Unit and the laboratories, that by 2034, 3 in every 4 cancer patients will be cured of their cancer. But it's through the fundraising of Cancer Research UK events, the shops and the donors that are paying the research community to find this new evidence of benefit, so that our future cancer patients will hopefully have cures available and prevention approaches that will put us in a much better place in 20 years' time.
How proud do you think people in the south of England should be of the work that you and your team are doing in Southampton?
We involve patients in everything we do. Even when we have a new trial idea, we'll include patients and say, do you think this is a good idea? Would you come into this study if you had the opportunity? And then when we write up the results, it's not just about, does this have a massive effect on the cancer, but has the quality of life of the patients been satisfactory, that this should be considered going forward? So I think, on the South Coast, we should be very proud in our ability to both raise money to do research, but also the results that we are producing, which not only changes the lives of those patients on the South Coast, but actually the rest of the UK and actually internationally.
Professor Gareth Griffiths, great to talk to you this evening. Thanks so much indeed for your time.
Thank you very much.
And if you've been affected by those stories tonight, you can seek help and advice from the BBC Action Line.